Welcome to the WCFR Show with your host, President and CEO, Jacqueline Cassignol.
I'm Jacqueline Cassignol. I am the proud founder and president of Worldwide Community First Responder. Worldwide Community First Responder is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to prevent deaths worldwide through education and training.
There's not a single nonprofit in our area or anywhere that could accomplish its mission without volunteer power. So Volunteer New York is happy to help direct volunteer power to WCFR and other nonprofits in our area to make sure that they are ready and can deliver on their challenges of their communities to the best of their ability.
Our health education is focused on educating community members on how to stay healthy. And our training program is focused on educating community members on first aid and first response.
I feel great about donating to WCFR because they're such a great organization. Jackie is just so wonderful. I think she's just doing such a great job, and I think donating will help them, give them the tools to continue saving lives. When I was 10 years old, I almost drowned. And if that person didn't know CPR, I wouldn't be here today. So I think what's WCFR is doing such a great job in it's so simple, just teaching others to save lives. I mean, it can't get any better than that.
Every day, innocent lives are lost due to tragic events around the world. WCFR was founded to train community members how to provide first aid and first response. With your help, WCFR has trained over 250,000 people worldwide how to save lives.
2 years ago, I had taken a hands-only CPR class here at WCFR. Fortunately, I was able to implement some of the things that I learned at the Palisades Center Mall. A gentleman passed out, and everybody was just standing around in the food court, and nobody was doing anything. And I knew what I had to do. I felt confident, and I was able to implement because I knew I had taken the class. I was ready.
In 2010, after the Haiti earthquake, I went there to do a training. One of the students stood up and said, if only we knew what you're teaching us right now, fewer people would have died during the earthquake. I knew then I had to continue doing this type of work. That's how WCFR was started.
Several years ago, I decided to sponsor the worldwide Community First Responder after I realized the quality of the work that they were doing. There are different ways that you can help out. Not only by attending those gala, which is like a fundraising type of activity, but by really sponsoring certain activities. Because one thing that's certain, pretty soon we're going to get another Harvey, another Irma. And people have to be ready. And I think that the WCFR is maybe the best organization out there to confront those challenges. It's a pleasure to be recognized and honored by such a formidable organization.
Thank you, WCFR, for teaching us to save lives and to be a lifesaver.
Thank you to WCFR for what you're doing in the community.
Thank you, WCFR, for all that you do to make sure that we are better prepared to face anything that life throws at us.
We want to train over 300,000 people in 2018. You can help WCFR by becoming a member, by becoming a volunteer, by donating, and by sponsoring our events and activities.
Help save lives. Donate to WCFR.
Be prepared for the next disaster. Learn hands-only CPR.
Help WCFR by sponsoring.
Help WCFR by volunteering.
Thank you for helping WCFR. This show was created to keep you up to date with our happenings. We look forward to increase awareness of what we do and to bring you some topics that you'll be interested in. Along the way, we'll have our advisors come in and speak, and you learn more about advisors. We'll have our volunteers, our members, and supporters, and actually sponsors also, because we wouldn't be here without our sponsors come in for you to learn more about our family, the WCFR family.
This show was sponsored by Caribbean Food Delights.
We're so happy to have our guest today, WCFR advisor, Roxanne Watson.
All right,
welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here.
Sure.
We would love to share your story.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, in 2006, I got ill. I had a silent heart attack. I found out about 6 weeks after I had the heart attack that I had it. I went into immediate cardiac care after that, and in 2008, I was sent to Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx for advanced cardiac care. When I was evaluated there, 9 days in the hospital, I was told that I was going to be put on the transplant list.
Wow.
It was hard. That was tough.
Wow.
At such an age, to be told that you're going to be needing a heart. And I was also told that I would be Stat 2, which means I was waiting for a heart but not imminent. Mm-hmm. So that was even trickier because you just don't know.
So for those who don't know, could you explain what Stat 2 means?
Okay. Stat 2 means you're on the list for a heart, but you're not imminent. There's Stat 2, and then there's 1B, and then there's 1A, and it's like a step up. When you get to 1A, you're next, in other words. But I was listed as Stat 2. My cardiologist, Dr. Shin, told me, you're going to need a heart, but you don't need one right at this minute. So that's why I was listed as Stat 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And she said you would progressively get worse, and she was right.
Yeah, and then you get to be Stat 1.
Right. I didn't go to 1B. I went straight to 1A, probably about a year and a half later. It was tough. I started losing weight very rapidly. That was my sign. And I just became weak. I used to walk, and I would just tip over and fall. So finally when I went...
How long did that take?
I think it was almost 2 years exactly. A year and a half I was getting worse, but I wasn't as weak. But at Christmas of 2009, that's when I became really ill. And I started losing like 5-6 pounds a week.
Oh my God.
It was just dropping off, and there was nothing I could do. They had me drinking milkshakes and all kinds of stuff to make me gain weight, but it wasn't working. So in April of 2010, I went for my regular appointment, and at that point I was 95 pounds. So she said, you have to stay. Usually people get to stay home and wait for the call, as they call it, but I was too bad, so they put me in the hospital to wait. Yeah, it was tough.
And there's the wait.
Yes, the wait.
How was the wait?
The wait was tough because originally, with all hopes, they say, well, you're going to get a heart. It's not going to be long. You don't have a rare blood type. I'm just a B pos, so there's a good chance that you'll, get a heart. But that wasn't the case so quickly anyway. First heart came probably about 3 weeks after I was there. They prepped me, got me ready, and we were all excited. And then when they went to the transplant hospital where they were going to procure the organ was no good. So my team turned it down.
Oh, wow.
Then probably about 3 or 4 weeks later, the second heart came, and I was 1A, but there was a person 1A that was sicker than me.
Okay.
So it always goes to the person that is the sickest.
Right.
So that transplant center decided to take that organ. So I didn't get that one either. That was disappointing. And then probably another 3 or 4 weeks later, the third heart came. And that was a high-risk heart. If you are going to get a high-risk heart, they have to tell you. So the gentleman that I would have gotten the heart from was a prisoner, and he was exposed to HIV.
That's right. That's high risk.
So they gave me the choice. They said, you can take it or not. And at that point, I was so sick, I just didn't want to have another complication. So I turned it down. And then it was another month of waiting. And I finally got the call that, there was a match for me. And it was local in New York. So I took it. It was the perfect heart.
And you're here with us today?
Yes, I'm alive today.
Oh, my
thank God.
goodness.
So, 104 days in the hospital.
100, I was going to ask.
Yeah, 78 days waiting for the heart. It was tough because you're laying there and you're hoping someone comes to help you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. You just have to wait.
So how are you doing today?
I am doing fabulous.
And you look fabulous. I love the red.
I feel good. I always wear red. Red's my favorite color. I'm go red. I'm feeling great. I gained all my weight back. I'm finally back to my regular weight.
You're trying to lose weight now. But you look good. You look good.
I feel good. And this is exactly where the weight I was before I got sick.
Before I got sick.
Right, so I feel good about it. I'm probably the only woman in America who wanted to gain weight.
I know. So we want to learn a little bit more about you, about your professional experience. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay. I was a retail maven. I was a retail manager for many, many years, probably about 30 years. I started right here in town at the local Pergament store. I was a seasonal manager, and then I became a regular. At the same time, I was going to school, doing both. I was enrolled at that time at Roxanne Community College. I was in the MTS program, which is the Mentor Talented Student Program, and my dream was to go to Ivy League school. And I spent 2 years at RCC in the program, and I got in all the schools that I applied for. And I decided to go to Columbia.
Columbia.
Yeah, because I wanted to stay in New York. But I was able to, from there, I was able to go to Harvard and Vassar and all these great schools, just from RCC.
Awesome.
So I always tell people all the time, don't cut Rockland Community College short. You can take your dreams anywhere from there. It's a great school. It's a great school. Absolutely. And then after that, my professor actually at Columbia wanted to talk me into teaching. He said, you'll be a great teacher. And I thought about it, but I was still in retail. And really, I was enjoying retail. And everybody at school, every school I went to, Vassar, Harvard, everything, they always told me, you need to teach. You don't need to be in retail. But I just loved retail. I liked the interaction with the people. I met thousands of people. And I just, I stayed in it.
Well, from our interactions, you're good with people. You're good with people. So then I would understand why you would be so good at doing that.
I just love being in the store at first.
Some people are made to interact with others. And some people are just good sitting at a desk.
No.
Just do some work.
Several times they asked me to work in corporate, even in retail, and I was like, no, I don't want to go into the office. That I never wanted to do. But I always wanted to be a store manager and a district manager. And my dream was to be a district manager. And when I became a district manager, I didn't like it. I liked being back in the stores. Because with the district manager, you traveled, so, I had probably 10 stores responsible for about $30 million. It was a lot of responsibility, but I still enjoyed being in the store. So eventually I did go back to the store, and I ran the #1 store in the company, and that was very rewarding. I loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was exciting, it was well paid, and then I got sick.
Aw.
Yeah, I had my dream job, and then I got sick.
Yeah,
it happens.
Everything happens for a reason. I believe that.
Absolutely.
I believe
Absolutely.
that. So why are you interested in helping nonprofits? And you could tell us all about all your nonprofit adventures.
All the adventures. I think that nonprofits, especially now, are under assault. A lot of the functions that nonprofits perform are going to be under assault with the new budget.
Right.
The money's just not going to be there. And every single nonprofit is going to have to work harder, for support, for financial support, for physicals, all kinds of support. So that's important to me because nonprofits, they serve a special need in the community. The things that different nonprofits do in our community, they can't be duplicated by government.
No.
And we can't rely on government to help us anymore. So we really have to get out here and, you know, work. And that's why nonprofits are important to me. The functions that they do, it's irreplaceable, especially in our community. There's so many people in need.
Right. And they save lives, right?
Yes. We are lifesavers. I work with a few nonprofits. I'm a volunteer for Live On New York, which used to be formerly the New York Organ Donor Network, and I'm a Women Heart volunteer, and I'm the Montefiore Heart Champion, so I cover all the Montefiore hospitals too, and all of that stuff. It's important work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's important. A lot of the things I do are patient-based because I know there's a lot of nonprofits that serve the hospitals and different foundations. I like patient-based things, so that's why I do what I do.
And you're awesome at it.
Thank you.
You're awesome at it. So, with all that you do, how do you deal with stress? Because it's stressful to be going around and having to, you know, volunteer with different nonprofits and sometimes and as I recall, there are some people that are not so nice, right? Even in the volunteer trail. So how do you deal with stress?
The people, I'll go from the latter. The people that are not so nice are not in it for the right reasons. That's the way I see that. Because if you're in it, whatever you're doing in terms of nonprofits, you're not getting paid.
No.
I don't get paid. We have to hustle for everything that we do.
In WCFR, we don't get paid either.
No. And we have to, you know, hustle for every dime and very often use our own money.
That's right.
And we have little money, but you know what I mean? It makes a difference in my life. My stress level is so much lower when I volunteer. That's what I think.
Yeah.
When I feel like, if I don't feel well, maybe I don't always feel well, if I get up and I do something for somebody else, I feel better.
Yeah. You get more people to sign up to be an organ donor.
Or help women with heart disease, answer hard questions, and be there as a model. That's the way I get my stress relieved. Right. It's totally different. It's different for me.
Yeah.
If I sit around and I feel sorry for myself and I don't feel good, then I get stressed.
Yeah.
So I'll get up and I'll go volunteer, I'll go do something, go to blood drive, go to school, go to a street fair, whatever I have to do. And that relieves the stress for me. So
for people out there, volunteering could be a stress reliever.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it should be.
You know, I tell people all the time, if I could do WCFR full time, I would love to. But you know, I have to pay my bills and pay for actually activities with WCFR because obviously, you know, I spend my own money to move WCFR forward. So.
It's like the teachers in school. When they need something, they know they can't get it very often. They spend their money, you know, for the kids to get whatever, scissors, whatever they need, you know. It's the same thing.
I have a question for you. What do you think would be the three most critical challenges that WCFR would face within the next 10 years?
I think funding would have to be first. Because if you have the funds to get the mission done, you know, it has to be funding. People have to just see the work that's being done and support the work.
Yes.
Because there's so many people that, you know, they see us and they see people that volunteer and they would love to do it. They don't have the time.
Right.
You know, especially at a certain age, they have kids, they have to take care of their families. They're not able to volunteer like we are able to volunteer. But we can't volunteer unless we're funded.
That's right.
You can only use so much of your money. There's a point where you just don't have any more. You know? So I think funding.
Right.
And I hate to put it that way, but that's really what it is, because when that happens, then the mission is complete. The mission is awesome. I think that with the funding and the people support, that it can really be worldwide. You know, it can be Haiti, it could be Dominican, it could be everywhere.
Because like my brother would always put it, our goal is to reach the entire globe, right? But right now our focus is only the United States and Haiti.
Right.
But without financial assistance or people donating or people volunteering, we will not go worldwide because I can't do it myself and the group cannot do it.
And even if you had the
ourselves.
money, you couldn't do it
I
yourself.
know.
It's the support.
It's the
support of the community. And you know, when the community's more involved in things, it happens.
It just happens.
Yes, it does happen.
It just
And
happens.
it's easy, and you have everything you need because you have the people that you need.
Right. Thank you. So what benefits do you bring to WCFR?
Well, passion.
I know, you got that.
I have passion in everything that I do.
And I tell people, you can't fake passion.
No, absolutely
You can't
not.
fake passion. It's just come natural.
It's and this is the truth. I have been asked by a lot of people to be on a lot of boards and in a lot of, and I've never said yes, because I know that the things that I have to do I have a lot to do.
Right.
That's the way I see it. I have tons to do. And for me to say yes, it was easy to say yes to you only because I know
What we do.
Yeah, and I know the love that you have, and I know that it's going to be a success. I just wish I had some more money to give. That's what I wish.
No. You
But
see, I believe that everybody brings something else to the table. And you've been out there and been so famous. You've been so famous. We can't go wrong with having Roxanne on our side. And you know, you've been our supporter, collaborating with us.
Since I met you.
Yes, yeah. So we love you so much, and we know that everybody can't give money because we all don't have that much money.
Exactly.
But some of us do. And some of us contribute that way. But you could contribute by increasing awareness of what we do, and what you've been doing that for us.
I just want to be there, you know, and when we have events, we need WCFR there with us. And, you know,
yes.
It's
And
natural.
You always have us by your side, which is
Absolutely.
awesome.
It's
Thank
natural.
you so much.
What you do is natural to what we do.
Right.
I tell people all the time, I said, I'm not a nurse and I'm not a doctor, but I'm a lifesaver.
Right.
You're a nurse and you're a lifesaver.
Thank
you know,
you so
and
much.
The two things, you know, checking blood pressures, talking to
Right.
people. In few cases, you know, you grabbed a couple of people that were in medical trouble.
I
you
know.
know,
At
especially at
RCC.
school, at RCC, I remember.
Yes.
You know, a few people that were walking around at age 20-something with ridiculous blood
high
pressures.
blood pressure.
And that's something, you know, that we were just tabling, and that was something that you discovered and might have saved a life. Little things like that make a difference.
So in other words, we are teaching people and saving lives.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely. What we do is that's what we do, and we're good at it.
Yes, yes, and we're gonna keep on doing it until we can't
They
no
throw
more.
us out of the world.
Yes, yes. So we have a few more minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to share about what you do or about being a WCFR advisor?
Well, I definitely always ask everyone to sign up to be an organ donor.
Absolutely.
Never, ever leave any place without letting people know that it's important to save lives. One person can save 8 lives with their organs and impact up to 50 people with tissues and everything else. So we want everybody to be an organ donor, that's for sure. And in terms of WCFR, we want everyone to support in any way they can. Any way, it doesn't matter. With your time, with your dollars, with your love, anyway.
With your love.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
a good one. I never thought of it like
Yeah, because that makes a difference too.
Yes,
I believe that
yes.
always in all the work that I do. That if people love you and they love what you do, you'll be more successful. And I know that the support of everyone will help, will help the organization. And that's what we need to do.
Right.
Because we're going to save some more lives.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Roxanne.
Thanks for having me.
You're so awesome. You know that we love and appreciate you at WCFR. Thank you for being a WCFR advisor.
Yes.
And all you do to teach people and save lives, even if it's not with WCFR. We love what you do, and we're inspired by your story, and we look forward to having you around, advise us and help us move our mission forward.
Yeah, it's a good mission.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We love and appreciate you.
Thank you. Everybody give money.
Yes. money,
And
money.
time.
And time. Money and time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
This show was sponsored by Caribbean Food Delights.
Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean Food Delights. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean Food Delights.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Rockland County. WCFR provides life-saving trainings. Speaking with anyone at WCFR, whether it be volunteers, members, or their generous supporters, you will hear this. The idea is to be prepared. WCFR's goal is to make people aware of the urgency of being prepared today. Because disasters happen everywhere.
Stand for safety is a big message for Bungie. It means we put safety first in everything that we do. Bungie's Safety Day program is one way we bring that commitment to the community. Last year, with the support of Volunteer New York and the City of White Plains, our first White Plains Safety Day reached 150 kids with a simple yet powerful message. When it comes to safety, each and every one of us can be a hero and a leader. As Bungie's Global Safety Director, I'm honored to present the Safe Community Award to a person who embodies that idea. Jacqueline Casagno has made it her life's mission to train first responders in Haiti and closer to home to give critical care that saves lives. Jackie, on behalf of Bungie, thank you for standing for safety. At Bungie, first responders are incredibly important. In those circumstances where there may be incident or injury, particularly serious injury, the long-term health of the individual involved could significantly be impacted, whether or not those that are immediately available to render aid are prepared to assist until the trained professionals arrive on the scene.
We're a group of volunteers who provide health education and training for first aid and first response. In August 2011, I joined a group of healthcare professionals in giving training in first aid and first response in Gonguab, Haiti. While I was doing my training, one of the students stood up and said, "If only we knew what you're teaching us right now, fewer people would have died in the earthquake." We believe that everyone should be a first responder. Everyone should know what to do in case of emergency. And no one should die because someone didn't know how to give first aid.
It's very apparent for her passion for people, her passion for safety, and her heart for the importance that people are prepared to act as first responders in order to save lives.
We would love for you to join us at our next event. Please check our website at WCFRworldwide.org, where you will find information on our events and activities. Need more information about what we do? Is there a topic you would like us to discuss on our show? Send us an email at info@WCFRworldwide.org. Would you like to talk to us? Call us at 845-608-7409. Check out our sponsors. We couldn't do what we do without them. And without them, this show would not be provided to you.
We love and appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Until next time.